Hello, beautiful people.
And welcome to the Innerscape podcast with me, Judith.
And with me, Tina.
Hi, Judith, and Happy New Year.
Hi, Tina, and Happy New Year to you too, and to everyone who is listening to us today.
Yeah, thank you to all of you to start this promising 2024 with us. We brought you a useful guide which will hopefully help you to kickstart your year with a more positive and focused attitude. So let's jump into it. Judith, would you like to introduce it to us?
Of course. Thank you, Tina, for being here with me today. And of course, to everyone who joined us. As we gear up for the next trip around the sun, we wanted to share something super special that we've been doing every Christmas or end of the year. It is our personal ritual that helps us to reflect on the past year and start crafting a vision for ourselves for the upcoming one. So imagine this: clarity about what you want, a plan to make it happen, and feeling all inspired and in control again. It sounds amazing, right? It's like trying to find your way to a new place without knowing where you're starting from. Life's kind of the same deal. To create your roadmap for the best year ever, you've got to know where you've been and where you want to go. That's where the magic happens. We're going to take a good hard look at the past year with 5 game-changing questions. You have grown, changed, challenged, maybe even got a bit wiser in the past 12 months. Now let's use all that newfound wisdom to set ourselves up for success in the shiny new year. With 2024 just around the corner, is the perfect moment to start dreaming up your vision for the upcoming year. And guess what? We've got this awesome guide that's been a game changer for us. It's not just about looking back, it's about setting the stage for a kick-ass future. So grab your favorite pen, a journal, or just open up a blank document on your computer. Let's dive into some real talk with honest reflection, self-love, and zero judgment. Remember, everything you've been through has led you to this moment, the perfect place to learn from your story and tweak it for the tomorrow your heart knows you deserve. And when it comes to that vision of 2024, trust us, you're more in control than you think. It's all about those everyday decisions shaping your life. But hey, the first step is the trickiest, right? Setting your intentions and turning them into actions. So join us now as we guide you through a thought-provoking reflection on the past year and the powerful planning for hopefully an awesome future we're about to create. Tina, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So just a little disclaimer, this questionnaire is based on a reflection guide released by Boho Beautiful, a lifestyle and yoga brand, and turned it our own reflection guide that you will find attached as a PDF in the description of this episode. Okay, let's go.
All right, so let's start with the first question. What is the one thing that you did in 2023 that you're the most proud of?
All in all, I'm in a much happier place than where I was a year ago. I'm proud of myself for taking better control over my life. It might sound obvious for some people, but for me, it was a brand new learning to choose myself and the way I want to live my life. And what about you, Tina?
I had a few personal challenges this year, but what I would highlight, I think it's my 4 months diet that I achieved. I never done anything like this before, and it had a total cleansing in my body and in my mind, and it was just really transformational. It was teaching me determination and that nothing is impossible. I mean, I'm a huge sugar addict, and cutting out the sugar for 4 months seemed impossible, but I did it. So this is definitely one of my proudest moments.
That's amazing. Well done, you.
Thank you.
So the second question is, through the closure of 2023, what are you ready to remove from your life?
For me, there was a lot of heaviness and anxiety and just overthinking. And this is something I'm ready to release big time. And I just want to focus on letting go of trying to figure out every step of my way. I just want to lean on to follow the energy. And for you, Judith, what do you want to release and let go?
So this one for me relates to my first answer because I am ready to remove all the blocks of self limitation. I already started to allow happiness into my life and started to act instead of react. And I have started to choose what's the best for me, and this is what I want to continue to eliminate all the barriers that would sabotage me to achieve my dreams.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds challenging. But this is definitely something that many of us can relate to. So thank you for sharing. Shall we continue? Next question. Who or what are you the most grateful for this year?
You know, I'm a sun lover person, and it's fundamentally my life to soak as much sunshine in as I can. And I had a prolonged summer with some trips here and there. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for many people in my life, many people in the tango community who have accepted me and included me and been supporting me along my journey. And of course, my amazing friends, especially you, Tina, for agreeing to my podcast proposal. And I want to name one more person, Palma, who has started a business with me as well this year. So I have lots of things and people to be grateful for this year. And you, Tina?
Nice. So you are definitely part of my list as a friend and as someone who influenced me to be brave and to step out of my comfort zone and to start sharing my knowledge to the world through this podcast. So I thank you for that. And also, I would like to mention my fiance, JC, because we learned a lot from each other. We really improved as a couple and individuals, supporting each other, and this is super special for me. And there's a spiritual teacher that I would mention. His name is Sadhguru, and he's really present on the social media, and through his teachings he was kind of a guide for me this year. I learned a lot, and I really implemented as well a lot from what he was teaching to the whole world. So please check him out if you can. He's really amazing. And last but not least, all my family and friends, of course, and everybody who's currently present in my life or was present in my life. I feel so lucky because I'm surrounded with special people, and I know that not everybody has this for themselves. So this is something that I am super thankful for.
I think we're both very lucky to have all these incredible people in our lives. So a big shout out
Definitely.
to all of our friends who are listening to us at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm sure that we will give back a little bit to everyone who is listening. We are here to create something together that is beneficial for everyone. So if you stick with us, you will see that we can create a better future together. We're hoping that.
Those are beautiful words. Thank you, Tina. Okay, so let's get back to the reflection questions about last
Thanks.
year. Tina, what was the one difficulty you faced this year, and what did it teach you about yourself?
dedication for me was really challenging before, because I always had a picture of what should I do as my profession, and how should I live my life. And I thought that I'm not able to be dedicated for anything. But now that we started this podcast, and now that I'm more true to myself, I feel that dedication is possible for everyone, even for me. So
Mm.
this is one thing, that the biggest lesson, I think, this year, and I'm grateful for it. So I'm curious about yours.
I think my biggest difficulty this year was my work situation. I had two
Hmm.
jobs, but I equally struggled. What it taught me is that I'm probably searching in the wrong direction. I had to realize that if I want a different future, I need to change my actions in the present. There's a beautiful um, motto that I have engraved in a bracelet that I got from my boyfriend this year, which says, "My decisions today will define my tomorrow." I look at it daily and I try to remind myself that if I want a change in my future, I need to change things in my life in the present. So I think this was a big lesson for me. And let's look at the last question.
Yeah. So this question is more of a statement. So everyone, please complete this sentence for yourself. So we start with Judith. 2023. Thank you for.
Thank you for the two main lessons I learned this year. One of them is that when you choose to be happy, somehow the universe steps up to support you, and all the people around you who matter will support you. And the other one that I wanted to mention here is the let them theory. Instead of getting upset at other people's actions or trying to change their behavior, just let them do what they're going to do and don't take it personally. It creates a better relationship with the people in your life, and all the energy and mental space that frees up with it, you can invest into your own self improvement.
Nice.
And what about you, Tina? How would you finish this sentence?
I would say 2023. Thank you for bringing new and amazing people into my life, and to keep my loved ones healthy and very close to me. And also thank you to have new goals in this year. I'm very happy for that. I'm super excited. So for me, it's a little bit more simple than yours, but I have this clear vision in my head. So this is also good. It's good to have a look at it from a deeper point of view as yours, and from a kind of like a global point of view.
Because now we give examples to our listeners um, to different approaches to these questions. So I think it's great. So
Exactly.
are you ready to move on creating a vision for the next year?
Yes. I don't know if we should mention this right now when we close the end of year reflection, that we take a look at this past year for a reason. So this end of year reflection is discussed because without this we cannot really move forward to the next chapter of our lives, so to the next year. And I don't know if you had this feeling before you started to use these guides for your future, and for your reflections of the past, and for your visionary future guides and these questionnaires. Did you feel kind of lost, or did you feel that you didn't appreciate enough what you've done and what you achieved? You just went to the next year without even acknowledging that, okay, this is what I've done, this is what I can use, this is what I learned, and that's what I'm going to create, or that's what I'm going to form from this lesson to create something amazing or something better in the future.
Hmm. So I've been doing this ritual for quite a few years now. And the reason why I started it, it's because I realized that time passes so quickly, and I really needed to sit down and just assess the past years, everything, assess the achievements, the challenges, the milestones I had, what I've learned, how I improved, what I want to change, what were my failures. And I completely agree with you, because I think without acknowledging this, you can't um, have a clear, you can't create a clear plan for the next year.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's why we're doing this, right? There's so many people who say, I just want something different.
Mm,
I don't like how I live now. I just want something different, but they don't know what they want because they don't express it even to themselves. And I was one of this person. When I was younger, I was really clear on what I wanted. And then it was more in a flow how I created my life. But then as a young adult, I struggled with, I always wanted to change how I live, what's my job, where I live, uh, my behaviors, but I didn't know what I want exactly. And since I have my vision board, since I'm working on these yearly reflections and visionary questions for myself, it started to become more clear
yeah.
how to do that. Because if you don't reflect on your past, then you cannot see the steps in between how to get to the point where you want to.
No, without knowing what you want to change, you wouldn't know how to change them. And also, I think it's also very important to take notes of your success, to tap your shoulder for your achievements, your uh, self development, and also just all the good things that happened to you in the past year. Because I think, as I know, me and my surroundings, we normally finish every year saying, "Oh my God, that was a crap year. I hope the next one
Yeah.
will be better." But
Definitely.
I doubt that that was entirely crap. So I'm sure that you had quite a
Yeah.
few great memories that you created. You
Mhm.
had uh, amazing things that happened to you, and happy memories to think back, and happy events to think back
Yeah.
to. So I
Yes.
think it's equally important to take notes of the good and the bad in order to
Yeah.
know what you want to continue and what you want to change.
Yeah, exactly. I think many of us doesn't write into their journals or don't even have journals, and at least these little reflection guides help us to really pinpoint what was going well. Because I still feel that, yes, this was a really hard year for me as well, and I'm sure for many other people, because of COVID, because of war situation, this and that, and other personal areas for sure. But just finding those few good moments really help us to appreciate that there was something good. And also, I like the question number 2 about releasing and letting go. You're ready to release and let
Mm,
go of something. It's not shaming what happened or what decision you made. No, it was happening for a reason, and
yeah.
now it doesn't serve you. So you let go and you release with love, not with, well, what
Judgment.
was one thing that you regret yeah, this is judgment. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think these are great
Amazing.
questions.
So
That
let's set our intentions for the next year with the first
perfect.
question, Tina. So the first question is, what are the personal qualities and attributes that you would like to strengthen into your character this year, Tina?
That's a great question. I would like to work on being 100% myself, to accept the good and the bad parts, and just to really undertake them despite of other people's opinion. I don't want to let in all the noise that I have from others. I wish to follow my intuition 100% and my inner voice. This is my challenge for the year. What about you, Judith?
I would like to become more cheerful, more easygoing, and just carefree on a daily basis. And I would like to work on being less defensive. I really want to lower my walls and leave in more
Mm-hmm.
allowance, which
Mm.
we will talk about I think in 2 episodes later about
Yeah,
allowance. So it will
yeah,
give, it will
we
give,
definitely gonna elaborate on that.
yes, it will give clarification to everyone.
Super. The second question is about a self-loving habit that you are ready to welcome in your life. What would that be?
That's really funny because I was preparing for this question. I had it phrased a bit differently, and I was thinking through the kind of habits because you know very well that I already have a strong morning routine that works for me very well with a cold shower and
Yes.
yoga and my morning mantras. And I was thinking of wanting to read more books in the next year that I think would affect me quite well emotionally and mentally as well. There is something that I'm definitely not going to keep is flossing. I just know I should do it more regularly. But with the self-loving habit, it just popped to my head. I remember you told me your fiance is doing it every day. Is this self high five in the mirror thing?
Yes.
Um,
High-fiving yourself in the mirror, yeah, for
yeah, that's.
confidence boost.
I will think about that. But I think if I have to name self-loving habits, I think it would be reading and
Hmm.
journaling. I journal, but not every day. Just
Yeah.
mainly when I have uh, some big difficulties I'm going through. So I think I could do that more regularly. And do you have anything, Tila?
Yes, journaling is on top of my list because I do it, but not so. I'm not so dedicated to it. So whenever I feel, I put it in my calendar, and then I just put down some thoughts. But this year, I really want to journal every single day to see my progress and to see how I evolve. Other thing that would be more meditation because I neglected uh, my meditation morning routine. I'm also doing my yoga and I'm paying attention on my health, but meditation I do whenever I have a little extra time. But I think this is something so important to do it every single day. I really felt the benefit when I was doing it every day compared to what I'm doing now. That whenever you have time, it's not okay. You should make time for this. So yeah,
You can always restart and create more time for yourself. But when you look at this question,
yeah,
you mustn't judge yourself for your previous decisions. I think this is very important to be kind to yourself and say, okay, maybe I haven't done all this until now,
yeah,
but I can still change and start flossing every evening. Yes, I was explaining it to myself right now. So the next
Anyway.
question, Tina,
Yes.
what would you like to prioritize and make more time for this year? Is there one thing, or do you have a list of things you want to prioritize next year?
I have a list of things, but I would just mention one, which is dancing for me.
Oh,
Yeah, you can relate to this, I guess. I I do dance weekly, but I feel that it's not enough. Dancing is kind of my reward system for myself. I do tend to prioritize others' needs before mine, so dancing is kind of a representation of me being the priority in my life. Otherwise, I cannot help for others if I'm not happy or I'm not fulfilled. So, everyone, you should make yourself the priority. And what about you, Edith?
it's going to be dancing for me as well. I have already started to prioritize tango last year, which you know that it's my favorite form of self-expression, and it makes me very happy. It puts me into that magical flow and ecstatic state that you read
Yeah.
about, and I love it. And I think I have started a good pattern last year, and I'd like to continue it. And so
Perfect.
lots of dancing for
Yeah.
both of us.
I mean, we were not so creative with this one, but we copied each other.
It's a great example. Yes.
So, arriving to our first question, can you list 3 personal goals that you will accomplish in 2024?
Yes, I must mention that I struggled with this question a little bit, because when I set a goal, I tend to disappoint myself because I don't always um, carry out everything that I plan. But I have picked 3 things that I think that are achievable. One of them is I really would like to keep this podcast running, and I would love to inspire people. And if we can just inspire one person to make a positive change in their life or achieve some kind of improvement, then I feel accomplished for the next year. My second goal is to travel to at least one of the places of my bucket list. Um, so very wisely, I didn't name one country. I have a bucket list, so I'm just gonna pick one place where I get to. And my third goal is that I really would like to have a dance partner and start performing again, because I used to be on stage a lot, and I'm creating choreographies in my head and picking songs, and I feel ready to perform again, and I can't wait. So please PM me, listeners, if you want to audition for the dance partner role. And what about you, Tina?
No, I had the same feeling with this question. It was a bit of a challenge. So I'm glad that you mentioned this. I feel that when I started to do this yearly visionary questions to really implement this in my life, I started with a friend. And what she realized is that she almost completed 80-90% of her written goals in the first few months is in this past year. And then what I realized is that I put such a huge, unachievable setting of goals that I almost didn't achieve anything from that. And I think it's important to mention here that this questionnaire is for the coming up year. So it's good to be specific if it feels true to you. But if you're like you did or me, uh, that you get kind of scared, or like you feel like you're forced to do something if it's written there, and then you're gonna go against it because like you cannot tell me what to do, even if it's me who's telling me what to do. Then you're gonna go against it. Then you won't achieve them. So I think the best thing to do is to have a plan in your head for the next 5 to 10 years. And then also with these questionnaires, have a goal that you can achieve, that you know that you're able to achieve in this next year. So baby steps. Don't say, yeah, I want to have $1 million when you barely make 1,000 each month and stuff like that. So, answering your question, for me, it was also related to this podcast. It's something similar to you. You did that. I would like to reach as many people as possible with our Inner Skill podcast. And my second is to really be able to express myself in the clearest way, to give all this knowledge and teachings that we have to the people who are listening. My third goal for this year in 2024 is that I would like to be a little bit more independent financially. I have a lot of small goals in this department, but yeah, I want to have financial freedom, or at least the next step towards this goal.
Good luck for your goals, Tina, for sure. So we have arrived to our last question to craft a vision for our next year. So complete this sentence. I am welcoming 2024 with an open heart and full trust
To have freedom in my life, to have total freedom in my life. You did? How
I
would
love
you
that.
finish?
Short but effective. I love that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
for me is to guide me towards clarification. I just want clarification in everything in my life, in both my professional and private life, my career, my relationship, where I live. So yeah, all that.
Yeah,
I feel this
don't
last
we all
year,
want that?
I don't know. I don't know what other people want, but in the last year, I feel I was blindfolded in a forest and just juggling um, so many things in my life, and I would like to know where I'm going and what I'm doing, I guess.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good.
Okay, so you will find this PDF. You will find our bespoke PDF attached in the description of today's episode. Shall we move on? Do you think that we have time for the year compass? Or do you just want to mention it in a few sentences what your compass is and that they will also find it attached? And then we can talk a little bit about the vision board.
Yes. So Year Compass is another guide to reflect on your past year and your coming up year. So it's a free booklet that you can download. We're gonna attach it to this episode, and this is a more in-depth questionnaire. So if you have time, or if you feel that these questions are not specific enough or not detailed enough, you can fill out this questionnaire with the Year Compass. It's something really useful and amazing that I've been doing in the last 2 years. So I hope that it's going to help many other people as well. Or if you feel to do something shorter, then please feel free to download our PDF of the Innerscape podcast.
There is one more practice we wanted to introduce to you at the end of today's episode, which has been a very powerful guiding source in our life. And this is the vision board. A vision board is what it sounds. So it's a whiteboard that you just hang on your wall and write your goals on it. You can implement this practice to set goals and change your life, because it reminds you every day how to change your behavior in order to influence your future. I really recommend to have it somewhere visible in your home. So any moment you look at it, it's going to remind you exactly where you're supposed to be going. It's like a GPS for life. So, for example, it is hung by my bed. So it is the first thing that I see every morning when I wake up. And it works like magic, because everything I write down slowly builds into our subconscious level. Um, and I have realized that when I focus my mind daily towards a goal of any kind, it shapes my daily decision making. And I've been doing this practice for 2 or 3 years now. And now my boyfriend is doing it with me. And for example, last year we could have crossed so many goals that we have achieved, just because we looked at them every day. It can be short term, it can be long term, and it really helps you to take actions today to design the future you desire. What is your personal experience with a vision board, Tina?
Yeah, nice. I mean, mine is not white, so I think it can be any color.
Does that have to
But
be
it's
white?
but it's definitely plain, and it has. Mm, mine is not exactly the same as yours. I have a lot of kind of mantras on it
Mm-hmm.
that I like to keep. So I'm not like achieving these goals. It's more like becoming these um, these mantras or these ideas. So just to mention one example, I have something like this where it's written, "By being myself, I bring happiness to other people." I'm trying to more become like a person who accepts herself, who's more true to herself, and by this I bring happiness, and not by forcing to make other people happy. So I have a lot of mantras like this, and I also have pictures of people, of teachers of me, like Sadhguru, as I mentioned, or Oprah, or Esther Perel, or just to see their face on this vision board. I already know the teaching, where to connect this teaching, what I was learning from them, because they have so many amazing tools and sentences that they said, but I cannot put them all on my vision board. So I just have their face to remind me when I look at it. But it's interesting that you can have a vision board having things that you want to remind yourself every day, and also a vision board where you have your goals, either in a way of a picture or a way of a sentence, or anything else. Can you take us through a little bit? How does yours look like? Do you have any pictures, or you're more into reading them?
I don't have any pictures on my vision board,
Mm-hmm.
but I have some long-term goals and some just basic guidance, like life guidance on them, that I need to remind
Mm-hmm.
myself what to prioritize and to just
Yeah.
help me.
Okay. Well, at the end, it doesn't matter how you build up your vision board. but personalize it for your own goals and visions and mantras and beliefs. It's really important to take time with it, because that's what's going to create this vision for the
Yeah,
future, that you
absolutely.
put time and effort in it.
As you said, it's a very personal experience. So just get a board and whatever you want, even if it's a joke that you like, something that cheers you up every day. So
Mhm.
whenever you look at it, it can be a self-affirmation, it can be some positive words
Yeah.
that make you feel good, or whatever feels good. Don't make it as a to-do list. It's all about yourself. You can use pictures or write whatever benefits you, even if you just write how much you love your partner or your family to remind yourself every day. It's absolutely up to you.
Okay, so we have arrived to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, Happy New Year to all of you. We hope that our personal stories have given you some valuable insights to take away with you. And we encourage you to download our reflection guide by Innerscape and fill it out with your own honest answers. You will find this in the description down below. And we will also attach the Year Compass PDF for a more detailed exploration of yourself and your goals.
Thank you again for being a part of this journey. Until next time, stay inspired and keep up the good spirit. Join us again in 2 weeks for our next episode, where we will introduce one of our favorite tools, a super efficient practice to tap into your awareness and make choices that are more aligned with what truly works for you.
See you then.